Emma, goals are very important, as you know. You've got to know where you're going. You got to know the direction that you're heading in. But here's the thing, goal setting is an intellectual exercise. Goal achieving is a lawful process. I want to repeat that. And if you're taking notes, write that down. Goal setting is an intellectual exercise. Goal achieving is a lawful process. Now, my mentor, I mentioned him before, Bob Proctor. He used to say that success is 95% mindset and 5% strategy. Now, here's the thing. People get hung up on the strategy. I just need the next strategy, the next big thing. Oh, I need to, learn what that person's doing, or I need to figure this out. You can have the best strategy in the world. If your mindset is not attuned to take advantage of it, you can forget about it. And I'll qualify that for you, if that sounds a bit out there. Why is it that you can find two people selling the same product, working in the same marketplace, serving the same demographic, working for the same sales manager? One is absolutely killing it and the other one's struggling to get by. What's the difference? Mindset, right, Emma?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And that's, that is something that when you talk about setting goals is an intellectual exercise and achieving them is a lawful process. Well, these are the things that for me, I didn't have that toolbox. I didn't have that understanding. And I was extremely frustrated, especially hearing things, when people talked about Think and Grow Rich, and I know the book by Napoleon Hill, and I know when I came to you, I had literally already read it 5 times. And if anyone's read it, it's quite a hefty, chunky book. And nothing was coming of it. And one of the things amongst many of the things that I found out was, as you said, it's not just about the logical, intellectual side of things, which is where I very much was and still can be. I'm so logical. I can completely miss out all my emotions. And it's just, this is the problem. And this is the factual response of it. Whereas actually, and especially in property, because things go wrong all the time, as in life, things always go wrong. Don't think that you're anything special if you've had things go wrong for you. Everyone has things go wrong for them. It's just some people tell you about it and some people don't. Some people dwell on it and some people don't. So then when you've talked about, achieving your goals is a lawful process, do you mind just sort of, talking a little bit more about that, what kind of that looks like? Because I know for me, that was not necessarily new. I kind of heard of some of the things, but I just did not understand how to implement, especially when I was very logical.
So everything is an expression of the mind. So we have to understand how the mind works, right? The amount of money we earn in our business, how effective we are in terms of whatever business, if you're in a property business or whatever business you're in, how effective you are has got to do with behavior. It's got to do with your habitual patterns. It's got to do with your confidence, how you show up. And I think a big thing in terms of selling anything is to desensitize to rejection, right? Now, all those things I mentioned, the confidence, the inability or the ability to not allow rejection to affect you, all of that is a subconscious thing. It's an habitual way of you showing up. Now, you can get the best strategies. You can intellectually be aware of how to work these strategies in the marketplace. But if your paradigm, which is a program, which is a mental program in your subconscious mind, is not attuned to the results you want, you're never going to get those results. Now, let's go a bit deeper. If you look at the dictionary definition, Emma, of paradigm, it's simply a pattern. So it's simply a pattern. And, if you live with somebody, you could probably set a clock by them. They wake up at the same time every day, whether they grab the coffee mug, the TV remote, toothbrush first thing in the morning. there's a routine or a pattern that they fall into. And this pattern takes them all through their day. I mean, you pretty much know what your day is going to look like, right? From the moment you open your eyes in the morning until you close them at night. And it's this paradigm that creates our results. And you know the saying, old habits die hard, right? It's classic example. We're just moving into a new year now. You find the gyms are full of people 4 to 6 weeks in, and I see it every year because I've been training for 20 years. 4 to 6 weeks in, Emma, and the gym empties out again. Why is that? People really want to get fit. They really want to, live a healthier lifestyle. But if they don't shift the paradigm, which is creating the behavior, the habits, they literally fighting against themselves. And it's like this internal war is happening. And I promise you, the paradigm will always win out. So the thing is, you've got to install those new ideas into the paradigm. And when I say it's a lawful process, everything in this universe operates by law. Everything. Like if we want more money, doesn't matter what religion or philosophy you subscribe to, you got to give more in order to receive more. Like if you've got a problem in terms of the amount of money you're earning, it's a simple thing. Just serve. Find a way to serve. Even if initially you're serving without getting any sort of remuneration or reward for it, serve. By law, the good that you're putting out will come back to you. So, it's just certain things like that. And also, there's the law of the subconscious mind. Any idea that's impressed on the subconscious, so if you move your goal and all these ideas, beliefs into your subconscious, I promise you, your external world starts shifting and you'll see that happen. So that's what I mean when I say it's a lawful process.
Yeah, I love that. And actually, again, like all things, as I said, you can read the same book multiple times, and I do that regularly. I listen to the same podcast multiple times. You've trained me to rewrite the same paragraph hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of times, and quite often, we've all read a book, and hopefully, if you have read it the second time and thought, I don't remember reading this at all, and even short paragraphs. After a couple of weeks, I'm suddenly like, really? I've been writing this out all this time and I still don't remember having, heard this or writing this. And it's very strange because we kind of change as we develop. And one of the things that I've really been concentrating a lot, and it's becoming more and more conscious, especially because I've got twin 18-year-old boys, is those little things. So I would really like to live in a tidy house. That's a dream of mine. But with 3 kids, that can be challenging. So it's the little things like, you walk into the bathroom and there's a pair of my son's pants on the floor. So every time I'm trying to say to him, and at the same time I'm saying it to myself, if you can do those little things, if you can really get into the habit of doing those little things, then the big things will come. Because what I've tended to do is to go for the big things and neglect those little things. So like, as you say, how do I feel today? How do I feel going into that property meeting? How do I feel meeting the estate agent? How do I feel tomorrow going to my big property investor group event? How do I look? How do I feel? Have I washed my hair? Have I had it blow dried? Have I made myself look nice for me? All of these kind of little things. Have I cleaned my teeth? Is it normal? Because for some people, these things are not normal. Like, with little kids, again, I know Lee and I have got youngsters, but my littlest, she's 7. I do have to still remind her that, I'll say, have you cleaned your teeth? And she went through a stage of going, yes, mummy. Have you really? No, mummy. And it's getting those little habits coming through. So I love this about your paradigm. And I know it is a deeper set thing, but sometimes going to the gym, isn't it? Or rocking up each day to make a phone call, to cold call some landlords is a really big jump. And sometimes that's too much. So sometimes by doing those smaller things, so it might be, I don't know, so if you're breaking it down, it may be you just you make one call, but you've got to have made it by 9 o'clock or something. It's understanding yourself, and that is so massive. I was listening to another thing this morning all about sort of coaching and things like that, and it is all about knowing who you are. And this goes back to Greek philosophy. These are not new things, are they? And that's what you've helped me with, Lee, is I just thought I was like everyone else, which is clearly not true. I'm my own unique person. So the only way I can change is by understanding myself more. And one of those things for me was, I'm very logical, so I needed to bring more emotion in. I really have learned that I wasn't doing the small things. And actually now I'm building the small things. I feel that there's much more of a foundation to then grow those bigger things. And especially within, the property time, I think, that's really, really key.